All right, iPhone 12. It is go time for the iPhone 12. Now, let's see if they can pull it off. Want tech news in a way that doesn't suck? Then hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications because you're stuck inside right now. You don't got a choice. Why, hello there, and greetings, and welcome back to Front Page Tech, the show that gives you all latest tech news from one geek that is me to another that is you. Happy Monday. Rona? Say you?
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Alright, so quick and dirty show for you today. I got some good news about iPhone 12, some updates to the iPhone 12 that are good news. So let's do that. Okay, so for this, you're gonna need a bit of a recap. So let's just go back and refresh your memory a little bit. Remember last year, 2019? Do you remember how early we saw the design of the iPhone 11? Or I guess more specifically, the iPhone 11 Pro? Like this design here, this CAD render here from OnLeaks, Steve from OnLeaks, was pretty damn close. Which kind of makes you wonder, why haven't we seen the iPhone 12? Like, yeah, we've got leaked information and concepts made and stuff like that, but how come we haven't seen, like, the final design of the phone? How come that hasn't leaked yet? Well, if you remember what I've been trying to tell you for the last few weeks, the iPhone 12 just wasn't ready. Prototyping for the actual devices wasn't finalized. That stage of production is usually done every year, right around like December, January, that time frame, but it wasn't this time around. The cause of that was, well, because executives from Apple here in the US were not able to travel to China. There was about 2 or 3 prototypes being worked on for the device lineup, and no one had made any final decisions because executives couldn't actually get there because of travel bans. I mean, I know by now you've probably seen a ton of articles contradicting my statement there, saying that the device has been delayed because product supply chains are fine. They're getting back to work in China, but the product supply chain doesn't matter. How people are working, getting back to work in China doesn't matter for a device where the prototype lineup hasn't been finalized yet. And if I'm wrong about that and everyone else is right, then how come we haven't seen the design leak like we did last year? I don't know. Could it be, like, maybe the devices are 2 months behind schedule, like I said? That's why I've been saying at best, right? Assuming other things don't go wrong, the iPhone 12 lineup, we can expect a delay of 1 to 2 months at least, saying that we'll probably see it around the same time that we saw the iPhone 10 launch a few years ago, whenever that happened. I don't know, time is weird. So instead of a typical September launch, we could be looking at something like October-ish, late October, November. I also told you that because of that, because prototyping isn't finalized yet, and there are about 3 different prototypes for this device lineup, that the leaks that you've been hearing about and information that you get scattered online are probably like an amalgamation of all of those, like all the prototypes. And so if you're expecting a certain feature, you're excited about a certain feature, you should probably hamper your expectations a bit because it's not all guaranteed on those devices on the final product. We did see this over the weekend though. This is an image that supposedly, according to the people that leaked it, is within iOS 14. And even though this sort of blew up over the weekend and tech websites just covered it like yesterday, this has actually been out for like a week. Concepts iPhone, which here at Front Page Tech, we love that guy. He actually posted it like a week ago. And if we show you just the image here, like we zoom into just the camera module, you can see what we're expecting here. So we see that LiDAR sensor there that's similar to what we saw on the iPad Pro. So it pretty much gives you the layout there for the iPhone 12 Pro and confirms that the LiDAR sensor, 3 cameras and a LiDAR sensor is coming on the back of this thing. Right? Right! You probably thought I was gonna say it was wrong, huh? Nope, this is real, this is legit, this is within iOS 14. I can confirm that to you, because reasons. But also, you're probably wondering, okay, well, if it's in iOS 14, it could just be a reference, right? Is this real? Is there gonna be a LiDAR sensor? Is that layout confirmed? 3 cameras, LiDAR sensor, like we were expecting? Also, yes. Wanna know why? This brings me to the exclusive of the episode. The good news I have to give you is that the prototyping for the iPhone 12 is just about done. Final decisions are starting to be made, and it is go time. After this, we go into the heavy stages of production to try to get this thing ready by the end of the year. And here's what we can expect according to multiple sources of mine. I verified this with everybody. We got the brand new size, the iPhone 12 5.4 inch, small one. I'm actually really excited about this one. Codename D52G. Coming with an aluminum body, smaller notch, A14 and 5G, as well as 2 cameras on the back. Then we got the iPhone 12 6.1 inch, codename is D53G, has an aluminum body, a smaller notch, A14 chip and 5G, as well as 2 cameras. Then we move on to the iPhone 12 Pro, also the 6.1 inch, codename D53P, stainless steel body, smaller notch, A14 chip and 5G, and then on the back you got 3 cameras plus a LiDAR sensor. And then you got the iPhone 12 Pro Max, 6.7 inches, codename D54P, stainless steel body, smaller notch, A14 chip and 5G, and on the back, again, 3 cameras plus a LiDAR sensor. So what do you think? Are you happy? Again, looking at all these, are you getting what you expected from this device lineup? I know there were a lot of rumors, but are you happy with this? They're trying to go with symmetry for all of these models, so even though they have a slightly smaller notch, and I don't know the exact dimensions, I was just told smaller notch, they're supposedly the same size on all of them. So smaller than what we have now, but the same size across all of the devices for 2020. And guys, girls, I'll tell you what, this gave me a whole new level of respect for Ming Chi, the world's most famous and most reputable Apple analyst that we have. You've probably heard his name 1,000 times by now. But when I was looking at the final prototyping for all this stuff, it reminded me of what he shared last year. I mean, we gotta give credit where credit is due. This man pretty much nailed this stuff months before things were finalized. I mean, even if we just stack them on top of each other and we show you like what Apple's working with the final prototypes and what Ming Chi showed us a long time ago, yeah, the man got insanely close. Everybody, Toilet Squad, let's just take a second to flush your toilets out of respect for this dude. And since we're right here, since we're at the final stages of the prototyping and stuff, we're about to go into the heavy lifting for production. That also means we might be seeing the final device leak here very soon. I mean, if I'm being honest, I would say that because we're at the final stage of this, we can finally start to see leaks, real leaks, of the final designs of these devices here within the next month or two. So keep an eye on Twitter accounts like Steve from OnLeaks, who gave you the iPhone design last year way early. I would expect the final design to make its way to him and him get CAD renders and post them for you within, again, the next month or two. Either way, for Apple right now, it is go time. Final stages of prototyping, we're going into production. We'll see if they can dump all their resources into these devices and try to make sure they aren't too late by the end of this year. That's the update that I have for you. A lot of work going into this stuff lately. Trying my best. Also, just your quick daily reminder to go follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. If I get information, I usually post it there first. To be fair, it's not as detailed as what you get here on the show, but I just like to throw out little snippets there. And that's it that I have for you today. That's the end of the show. Hopefully you liked it, you learned something. If you did, hit the like button. If you hate my stupid face, a lot of people do. Dislike button works too. That button's for you special folk. If you're new here, subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.